Poor black husband confronts billionaire. Why is my wife's photo in your mansion? His jaw dropped. The first thing Marcus Reed noticed was the silence. Not the peaceful kind, but the heavy, expensive silence that pressed against his ears as soon as the mansion doors closed behind him. It was the kind of quiet that told you every sound you made didn't belong there. His shoes, scuffed at the toes, stitched twice on the sides, felt louder with every step across the marble floor. Marcus tightened his grip on the folded letter in his hand. This has to be a mistake, he told himself for the 10th time. And yet, there it was. The photograph. He had seen it through the iron gates before the guards tried to shoo him away. A massive framed portrait, visible through a wall of glass, hanging in the heart of one of the richest homes in the state. The woman in the photo was smiling softly, head tilted just the way she always did when she was embarrassed. His wife, Lena Reed. Sir, a voice echoed. Marcus looked up to see a sharply dressed assistant, tablet clutched to her chest, eyes flicking between his face and his worn jacket. You said you had a question for Mr. Whitmore, she said carefully. You have 5 minutes. That's all I need, Marcus replied, his voice steady despite the storm inside him. I just want an answer. She nodded once and gestured toward a tall set of double doors. Inside waited Everett Whitmore, tech billionaire, philanthropist, a name Marcus had heard only on the news and in conversations that felt far removed from his own life of double shifts and overdue bills. The doors opened. Whitmore stood near a fireplace, silver hair neatly combed, tailored suit immaculate. He turned with a polite smile that faltered the moment his eyes landed on Marcus. Not with disgust, with shock. You're here about the photo, Whitmore said quietly. Marcus froze. So you do know why I'm here. Whitmore studied him for a long second, then gestured toward a chair. Please, sit. Marcus didn't sit. His chest tightened, and the words burst out before he could stop them. Why is my wife's photo in your mansion? The question hung between them like a challenge. Whitmore's jaw dropped. For a moment, the billionaire looked nothing like the composed man on magazine covers. His shoulders slumped, and something like disbelief crossed his face. Your wife, he repeated. Marcus pulled his phone from his pocket, hands shaking, and unlocked the screen. He held it out. Lena standing in their tiny kitchen, flour on her cheek, laughing at something he'd said. Her name is Lena Reed, Marcus said. She works nights at a care center. Volunteers on weekends. And I want to know why the woman I married is hanging on your wall like she belongs to you. Whitmore's breath caught. She's alive, he whispered. Marcus stiffened. What did you just say? Whitmore turned away abruptly, rubbing a hand over his face. I thought I'd lost her. The room felt suddenly too small. You don't get to talk about my wife like that, Marcus said, stepping forward. You don't get to. I didn't know, Whitmore interrupted, voice breaking. I swear to you, I didn't know she had a family. Marcus laughed, sharp and humorless. Funny, because I didn't know my wife was connected to a billionaire either. Whitmore motioned toward the photo on the far wall. That picture was taken 15 years ago. Marcus turned. The portrait was younger Lena. Same eyes, same smile, but softer somehow. Wearing scrubs. Standing beside a hospital bed. Whitmore's voice lowered. That was the day my daughter survived. Marcus slowly looked back at him. I had a daughter, Whitmore continued. Single father. She was 6 when she was diagnosed with a rare heart condition. Doctors said the chances were slim. Marcus felt his anger wobble, just slightly. Your wife, Lena, she was a nursing assistant then. Underpaid, overworked, and yet, he swallowed. She stayed after her shift every night. Read my daughter's stories. Held her hand when the machines scared her. Talked to her like she mattered. Marcus's throat tightened. That sounds like her, he said quietly. When the insurance failed and the hospital threatened to stop treatment, Whitmore went on, Lena did something I didn't understand at the time. She organized a fundraiser. Small, community-based. She went door to door. Marcus frowned. She never told me this. Whitmore let out a sad smile. She didn't tell anyone. She just did it. He walked closer to the photo, fingertips brushing the frame. My daughter lived, he said. But Lena disappeared before I could thank her properly. I searched. I donated millions to hospitals hoping someone would recognize her face. I kept that photo because it reminded me of the kind of person the world rarely sees. Marcus felt something crack open inside his chest. She told me she used to work in a hospital, he murmured. Said it was a hard time. Said she learned what really matters. Whitmore turned to him. She saved my child, and in a way, she saved me. Silence filled the room again, different now. Softer. Marcus exhaled slowly. She comes home every night exhausted, he said. Still asks me how my day was. Still worries about other people when we're barely getting by. Whitmore's eyes glistened. She never changed, he said. Even when she had nothing. Marcus looked at the billionaire then. Not as an enemy, but as a man weighed down by gratitude he never got to express. She's mine, Marcus said firmly. Not your symbol, not your memory. Whitmore nodded immediately. Of course, I never meant, and if you want to honor her, Marcus continued, do it by helping people like she helps. Quietly, without expecting anything back, Whitmore swallowed hard. I'd like to meet her, he said. If she's willing. Marcus considered that. That's her choice. Whitmore extended his hand. Thank you for coming. Marcus hesitated, then shook it. As he turned to leave, he paused at the door and glanced back at the portrait one last time. She still smiles like that, he said. Every morning. Whitmore smiled through tears. Outside, the sun felt warmer than before. Marcus pulled out his phone and typed a message. Lena, we need to talk. You won't believe where I've been. Some stories, he realized, didn't belong to mansions or frames on walls. They lived in people, and some of the richest ones never made a sound.